Hey guys, right, and welcome to another episode of Past and Present. As you can see by this on your screen, the thumbnail and the title of the video, we've gone for Spurs is our pick team for this episode. As you can see on your screen, we've gone for Rio Gomez in at goalkeeper, used to play for them obviously, Norton and Danny Rose as the fullback options, and then as the centre backs we've gone for Kabul and Weimer, I believe that is his name, and that's how you pronounce it. I could be completely wrong. In midfield we've gone for that group stage knockout to Gertson, Dele Alli Player of the Year and Harry Kane Player of the Month card. In a cam we've gone for the SBC Chadley that you get from obviously doing the SBC, and then we've gone for the second Player of the Month Son there. His left forward would be on 7K, which is always nice. And then partnered up top with him we've gone for the SBC Defoe for Futmas, I believe that was we had. It was in the club. On the bench here we've got Team of the Season Reese, which is currently in my team at the minute. Ericsson, Dembele, Walker as players that all play for Spurs now. And then at the other three players we've gone for Soldado, Adebayor and Crouch as the three ex-strikers that used to play for Spurs. Hopefully bring them on in the second game. We do bring on Crouch, I believe, but for now the first game is going to be this team here. As you can see, League 1 up top with Ben Yedder at cam, the rest of it all BPL, linked in with a little French side there. If you put Dele Alli at centre mid and Kante at centre mid and Dele Alli at CDM mid, got more chem. We start off in this game with a lovely goal from Chadley there, as you can see. Nice little shot into the bottom left. It starts off from passing it into the foe, and then does a little, here you go, he passes into the foe, does a little chip ball over to Chadley, runs past the centre back on the right hand side, shoots it nice and low into the goalkeeper. His outstretched hands never get into that. We then make it 2-0 very early on with Son. He misses the first shot, but then he does recover and get the second one. Lovely little assist for Chadley as well as a goal in the first game. That does end up with my opponent rage quitting though, which is always nice. First game, nice and easy, 2-0. Ends up leaving, as you can see here on the stats. Goals for Chadley and Son, 2 assists for Defoe and Chadley. Always nice. Chadley's a little bit of a don, you know, this episode. He's always good. This is the second team that we come up against. A BPL Central team, and then on the wings and the striker, Serie A, well they're all Juve players, so you could say Juve. But he has a goal kick here. He ends up punting it up to Kane. He wins it over Oscar. There should always win that header realistically. Defoe just evades the centre mid, evades the centre back, does a nice little low driven to the right hand side of the goalkeeper. He isn't able to get down, he can't save that, which is always nice for us. That is 1-0 up in the 7th minute, quite early on in this game again, which is always good. You want to be getting them goals as early as you can, you want to be getting them wins as early as you can. There you go, look, we just pace past the centre backs up to, quite surprisingly with Defoe, because he's just not pacey at all. But we come up again with Chadley, does a nice little stop, and then carries on running, passes it into Kane, passes it into Son, then finds his way back to Chadley, slots it past the goalkeeper, makes it 2-0. We end up shushing here because the opponent that we're playing against currently was playing like a bit of a waste man, not gonna lie, a little bit of a dickhead, what you want to call him. But we end up finessing that past the goalkeeper there, as you can see, to make it 2-0 in the 24th minute, I want to say. Can you remember? We end up getting a corner. We take it with Rio Gomez there, as you saw. But, I mean, you question that choice, but he does end up banging an assist from this. He floats it in there. Defoe somehow wins the header. Son was looking good for the header. Defoe, like, 5'7" or something like that, maybe a bit smaller. Somehow wins the header, but obviously we wasn't trying to be cocky. We took it with Gomez, because when you first make a team, the first player you put in is the set player that gets put on everything, and that would be Gomez. Here it actually ends up costing us. We had a corner, we had a free kick. Obviously it's my choice not to take Gomez off. We kind of just bantered it a little bit. Gomez thought it might bang it in top benches, you never know, but he ends up passing it into Ben Arthur, who gets in a very, very nice goal from basically the halfway line. Completely chips the keeper, makes us look a little bit silly for ever trying to take that on with Gomez. Runs into the crowd, but makes it 3-1, but unfortunately for this guy it is not enough to mount a comeback. A few minutes later in game time we end up doing a nice little 1-2 with Crouch and Son. Calls his goalkeeper out, tries to rush us, but Crouch, you know, the big man himself, 6'7" or some crazy shenanigans like that, ends up just chipping it over Butland. He just left there, tries to jump to get it. Unfortunately for him, he cannot get it. But then later on in this game, in like the 86th minute or something like that, 84th, this guy just pauses it. We resume match, ready to play again, 40 makes up, and he just decides to rage quit. So that's 2 games, two wins for us there. Defoe with 2 goals, Crouch with 1, 2 assists for Son. There was more goals, but that was obviously on the bench. There you go, Chadley got 1. I told you he's a little bit of a don this episode, but that was the team that we used in today's episode. A very good team, a few special cards in there. The defence was a little bit weak, goalkeeper was a little bit weak, but you can't have every team that's perfect. But that will be the end for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy, hit the like button. If you're new around here and want to subscribe, peace.